So what I do is I run a podcast called Autism Rocks and Rolls. It's a podcast about autism, how we cope with daily struggles that you may or may not understand. Through the podcast, it's grown so much. I had developed sponsors, a board of 6 members. I do events in any answers where I'm from, and I've done speaking engagements. I've spoken all over the world, in places like Canada, as you mentioned, maybe before we recorded, to the bomb south in Orlando, and that I've had a lot of guests on.
Now, you've had lots of accomplishments already, Sam. Like, how old are you and what inspired you to do this? Hi, everyone. Welcome to Soulmates and Suitcases. My name is Lisa Brierley, and my co-host is my husband, Scott Brierley. We have pardon me? Oh, I thought you said something there. We have an extra special guest in the house today. We're excited to welcome Sam Mitchell. Hi, Sam.
Hey, buddy, how are you?
Hey, Sam.
Good.
Hey, Scott, good to be here, guys. Nice to meet you both.
Nice to meet you
Thanks
as
for coming.
well. Yeah, we're
Not a
very
problem.
blessed, very grateful to have you here today, Sam. And for those people listening, Sam is a podcaster of a very successful podcast called Autism Rocks and Rolls. And so we're going to get into his story and learn a little more about maybe what it means to really find your strength and to be confident in sharing that. And I see he's wearing his shirt today for his
Yeah,
podcast.
I am. I had
That's
another one. I had to change it because that one had a blood stain apparently from somehow I actually scratched myself and then I wiped on my shirt by accident and looked down and oh, it's got a blood stain on it.
There you go. Life's happening all the time. So, Sam, tell us a little bit about your podcast to start off, or a little bit about yourself.
All right, so what I do is I run a podcast called Autism Rocks and Rolls. It's a podcast about autism, how we cope with daily struggles that you may or may not understand. Through the podcast, it's grown so much. I had developed sponsors, a board of 6 members. I do events in any answers where I'm from, and I've done speaking engagements. I've spoken all over the world, in places like Canada, as you mentioned, maybe before we recorded, to the bomb south in Orlando, and that I've had a lot of guests on. I think one you had on too, may have been Betsy Wurzel.
Yes,
Oh, yeah.
Betsy's
She's an
a
amazing
lovely
lady.
lady.
Well, shout out to Betsy if she's listening, if she ever gets a chance to listen to this, right?
For sure. We'll share that with her. Now, you've had lots of accomplishments already, Sam. Like, how old are you and what inspired you to do this?
I'm 23. At start, I joined my high school's media club, and I fell in love with the podcasting realm so much, I decided to start my own nonprofit, and that was when Autism Rocks and Rolls was born. Although it's not enough to pay the rent, unfortunately, I still am probably going to do it. But now I'm looking for a job, and I think I may have hopefully lined one up through Goodwill.
Oh,
Nice.
excellent. Well done.
Part-time only, though. Maybe it will hopefully transfer into full-time.
That would be great. How did you ever choose Autism Rocks and Rolls? What was the inspiration?
I was diagnosed with it, and it was going to initially be about traveling, fun fact, but I figured I don't travel enough to speak about it. So I figured I better talk about something that I have enough information on, or something that I know very well, and I know autism very well because I've lived it my whole entire life.
Yep. And what's the Rocks and Rolls connection for you?
Oh, because I'm a rock and roll music junk
There
geek
you
type
go.
of guy.
There you go. Do you have a favorite you want to share?
Yeah, I've seen him in concert too. Well, it's a tie. One I've seen in concert, one I haven't. AC/DC and Nickelback.
Ooh,
Nice.
awesome, awesome.
I'm
Now,
actually living right now not too far where Nickelback lives.
Hey, there you go.
a shout out.
I'm going to say within 15 kilometers of his house. So that would be about 7 miles or 8 miles.
Yeah, there you go. Shout out for that. So, can you tell our listeners, educate our listeners a little bit more about autism?
Well, I mean, it's a lot of elements to autism I think people are unaware about. You think that we're the weird kids, but yeah, we are unique, but we can't help it. It's a diagnosis, it's a medical condition. I didn't choose to live with this. I can't help the cards I'm dealt with.
And
But I can
so,
still do something about it.
mhm.
Maybe not take a pill that's going to cure me, but I can still try to fit in society just like everyone else wants to, or be successful where I'm going to be successful at.
Exactly. Find that strength, right? So when did you realize or understand you had this strength for podcasting?
Because of with the podcasting, I learned that I think my voice sounded decent, and I think just it clicked. Not a lot of stuff, not a lot. Blah, blah, try again. Not a lot of stuff in life clicked with me. So this is
Yeah.
one of the rare cases something did.
So what have you experienced that hasn't clicked with you? Like what did
Cooking.
those mean for you, I guess, maybe too?
Oh well, that includes stuff like cooking. Too much information thrown at me,
Mm.
and it doesn't go too well. If you're telling me step by step directions, I'm still on step 2 when you're on step 5.
Mm-hmm. So it's the
I can
process.
relate to
Yeah, I was just
that.
gonna say, Scott can probably relate to that.
Yeah, you can't give me multiple steps because I'm going to slow you on step 2 when you're already moving forward.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're all different in many ways. So what through your podcast, you've had lots of major names in your podcast. Tell us a little bit about that, about those
Yeah, I
people.
did have some names. So I've had 12 professional wrestlers. Some include Mick Foley, Al Snow, RVD, Jake the Snake, Kane, Muhammad Hassan, Bill DeMott, Victoria, and Buff Bagwell. Am I missing anyone? I don't think I'm missing anyone. If I am, I apologize. Believe me, that's not my intention. I've had America's Got Talent contestants on, Britain's Got Talent contestants on. Trying to think of who else I've had. Actresses, comedians. It's a world sprite, man. It's all varieties, believe me.
All variety. And besides the having that great voice, you also have a great memory. Does that help in your podcasting? That's what it
Yeah,
sounds
there's a reason why I refer to my episodes a lot of the time. Sometimes I'll talk about episodes and I'll say, and see this episode for more information because I want people to refer back to my previous content because
like.
sometimes my information intertwines and I don't see the sense of doing a redundant of it if I've already said it.
Yeah, definitely. That's a bonus, having that great memory. It's one thing I always seemed to struggle with in my life was great memory. And
Yeah, oddly enough, I think with ADHD that I have, it's kind of shrinking a little bit just because sometimes you get squirrely, like, oh, what was I saying again?
oh, the squirrel
Sometimes
thing.
it's short-term memory. I've said, "Oh, I'm going to order strawberry ice cream." What flavor was I ordering again? Oh, yeah, duh.
That sounds like you too, Scott. What was like, why did I walk
Yes.
into this room? Yeah. And so, is there a guest that you've had that really kind of stuck with you? Like you'd either want to have them back or you're really excited that you asked them to be on your show?
Well, there's a lot. There's a lot. My favorite one I've always had are the ones that I've seen on TV and then they're on my computer screen. And I always think, well, going to professional wrestling convention is fun. I think I get a bonus when I just get them one on one.
Oh, in
Hmm.
person.
Well, through my computer screen, yes,
Yeah.
but sometimes I'll see like Buff Bagwell and like the Square Circle Expo I went to. But I think if I can just say hi again, that's fine. But I can say, you know what? I can say hi to him, but I had on my computer screen. We had some
Exactly.
time together where there wasn't a line backed up to meet him.
Exactly. Yeah. At the age of 23, you're doing things that many people, it hasn't even entered their world. So having those kind of experiences and opportunities is amazing.
Yeah, I've been thinking about my future a lot lately, so it's not my only intention. I've been thinking what I want to do with my life with, you know, part-time Goodwill. I don't want to do it forever. I mean, I don't mind starting there, but I don't want to do it forever. But I'm definitely thinking about future goals, long-term goals. What can I do with my life?
What do some of those goals look like for you?
Well, maybe get a broadcasting job is the one goal, but with the market we're going in, I'm like, I think now's not the best time for it. And then maybe if it doesn't go well, I have always have had an entrepreneur mindset. I thought of doing a business on my own.
What interests you?
Well, honestly a service where I'm running it, but you get workers doing it.
That's the way to make money.
There you go.
I know. Hey, I'll help out still. Don't get me wrong. If you're still trying to sell T-shirts, I'll help you out a little bit, but I'm not going to be the one sitting there and be like, "All right, guys, do the work." No, I'll help out. That's not my side. I'm not going to leave you hanging. I help too. I get it.
Yeah. So the CEO.
Yeah, CEO of something. I've had that entrepreneurship mindset. I was actually in a CEO class in my senior year of school. We had to get up at 5 a.m. in the morning. Yes, I'm nuts for doing that, but apparently a lot of people put their resume in and they picked a very few, and I was one of the few.
Oh. And
Nice.
yeah, very cool. Very cool. And so entrepreneurship. So who do you hope to have on your show coming up? Like what would be the maybe the ultimate guest you would love to have at
There's
this
a
point?
lot of ultimate dream guests, but it's because a lot of people have hated them because they're so blunt. And with my personality and how I am, I like to tell you how it is too, and I'll tell you to screw off if that's a clean version. But well, actually, one's more of the diagnosis, but the two is because of their mouths, and I love it. That's just my personality for you. Gordon Ramsay,
Oh.
and I know he's had a really traumatic childhood that has shaped him into who he is today. He said it himself. And really, I just want to learn about Mr. Wonderful from Shark Tank, Kevin
Oh.
O'Leary.
What inspires you about him to have him on?
The fact that from his videos, he seems like he knows his stuff with life, and he's truthful, and
Hmm.
he's like me with the way I think it's black and white. Like he was, even though that this Shark Tank pitch was emotional, he might still say, "I'm out." And it's not because he hates the business; it's just because he knows in the long term run it may not be worth it.
Ah, yes. And he's an entrepreneur. My assumption of his portfolio.
Yeah, if you're a judge on Shark Tank, you're a worldwide known entrepreneur, trust me.
Yes, yes, exactly. Exactly. And have you had the opportunity to meet any of your guests in person, or is this something you maybe desire to do?
You know, I've actually have I got to meet a couple. One we kind of planned out. One was actually wanting to meet me. There's an actress from this TV show called, I think they filmed it in Canada actually. Don't know where though. Resident Alien, and one of the
Oh, it was
actresses
in
on the
Vancouver
show.
here.
Yeah, exactly. One of the actresses, the dark haired lady, Miss Sarah Tomko, she's a mental health advocate. Had her on the show. Apparently fell in love with my personality and said, "Hey, can we meet in person?" Okay, sure. And then through Square Circle Expo, I got to meet a lot of the wrestlers in person, which has been always exciting. I can finally, not go up and pay for an autograph or a photo. Just say, "Oh, hey, hope you're doing well. Thank you. Have a nice day." And then I'm trying to think of who else I've seen in person. Judy Gold, that's another one. She was a comedian on World's Dumbest. She actually appeared at my local comedy club, and I figured, well, she's in town. I better go say hi to her, or I might get in trouble knowing how she is. Went, saw her, had a great night, headed home.
It's awesome. And what do you take away from meeting these people? Because we can be starstruck in many ways, but you seem very grounded in the connections you have with these people.
Yeah, I'm very grateful for it, believe me, because I know a lot of people would get on their hands and knees to be friends with Mick Foley or Al Snow or Judy Gold. But I think we know there's a serious side to it. Even though, yes, we're starstruck and I might be a little bit, oh my God, it's them in person. The connection's not because of it's a spoiled punk kid from Eastern Greens County meeting their idol. It's because there's a connection there with mental health. And it's people who admire each other. They like me, I like them.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Exactly, exactly. And what is
How
it? Yeah, go ahead, Scott.
how long have you been doing your podcast for?
Since October 2019.
It's been some time
And
now,
how
yeah.
long did it take a long time to get off the ground and get running and get followers and get to the point
Five
where you were
years.
having 5 years?
So Sam's our inspiration then, Scott,
A
because
hundred percent.
we're just starting as well. We're about a year and a half in as well. So do you have any advice for us or other podcasters?
Huh. Well, I mean, there's a lot of podcasting services I offer. I do offer podcast coaching sessions, but one thing I think all podcasters have to have is sponsors because they're part of the reason why I grow and I get the connections. I know it sounds like a pain to make the ads, but I find it fun. Go figure. But I think they can be if you add the right sound effects and the right script and the right betting to your ad. But having sponsors allows you to expand your relationship with them. They can lead you to opportunities. I mean, I have a great relationship with REMC in Bloomfield. And not only do have they sponsored me, and not only do you make their ads, they've actually donated to our events that we do.
Yes, tell us about this
Nice.
nonprofit you have.
Yeah, the nonprofit, I mainly do the speaking engagements. I actually, was it last week or the week before? Let me check real quickly. Yes, last week on Sunday through Wednesday, I got back from a parenting education conference. It was about to parents, teachers, parenting professionals on how to be a better parent to a child with autism. And then sometimes we do events. We have an annual gala each year. And then upcoming this year, we have a motorcycle poker run that will be held in August. Yes, August 1st. And then in the summer, well, not the summer, the fall, we usually do something.
Excellent. And so
I
how
like
did you,
motorcycle poker runs.
I'm just gonna say,
Hey, I got one in Indiana. You can come down anytime you want to, buddy.
that's awesome. How did you come across that nonprofit? Like, what was the
Well,
interest?
we kind of saw this podcast growing because it was 100 downloads turned to 200, 200 turned to 400, and then 400 turned into 25K or maybe 20K. We decided that, okay, this is growing a lot. We see some potential in here. We need to have a family meeting. And we decided that to have a nonprofit because we figured out of a full profit versus a nonprofit. Why? I'll be honest, I don't know. But from what I've been explained, we make more money with a nonprofit versus a full profit.
Oh, and who's supporting you in all these decisions, or
My
is this
board, my board. I got a
board?
board member of 6, and they each have their own strengths. One is a better person at PR. One's a better with running the nonprofit because he's been on tons of nonprofit boards. One's the best at fundraising. One has the story. I think mine in particular, what I've been told is what I bring to the table is the media content I produce and the
Mm,
ideas.
I love that. So that's your strengths. That's what you
Right.
have.
That's
Yeah,
my strength with this board.
with the board itself. And so is that mainly what you take on as the podcaster? Like you're the host?
Yeah, I'm mainly more of the podcast side, and then the board and treasurer, they do the nonprofit because trust me, if I do the finances, you'll be going bankrupt.
Not your forte.
I barely pass math with a C sometimes, bud.
Yeah, totally hear you on that one. So what do you have coming up for you in the near future in regards to your podcast, and what do you hope maybe is the next step for you?
Well, I hope the next step is to keep growing episodes and keep spreading the word that autism does rock and roll in my view. And then coming up with other stuff. I know maybe some point I've entered an award that I might win. Hopefully the fall, we'll know soon. And then I might be speaking to my old martial arts school. I got to schedule that still. And then I might be speaking, well, it might be, I'm probably highly likely going to speak to a Chamber of Commerce up in Jasper, Indiana. And
Oh,
bless
nice.
you.
I don't know if you heard that. Did you catch that, Scott?
No, I missed it.
He said
Oh,
bless,
you sneezed,
bless
I said bless you.
Oh, I didn't catch that. Thank you.
you. Yeah, I didn't think you heard that. And so let's rewind a little bit. What was life like before podcasting? Like it seemed probably like an eon ago for you, but what was your life like
Oh,
growing
I
up?
remember it to this day. It was confusing as heck, and times were disastrous. I was bullied, excluded, all the stereotypes you can imagine, my friend.
Mm. And so what do you so you remember things that happened during school, a lot of your day is in school. So what sort of advice or hope to teachers in the school system can you offer?
Well, I would say that for me in particular, don't really, if school's not your forte, don't deal with the socializing in school. Because although I did make some friends in martial arts, it wasn't a whole lot, but I did feel a lot more happier there compared to actual school with math, English, science, social studies.
Mm.
I was a
So
bit more
what
social at the Taekwondo school than the school.
do you have an understanding of to why that was? That environment was
Because I think why is I didn't get bullied a whole lot at the Taekwondo school.
mm. And you
There may have
talked
been a
about
couple instances, but not like one. I never had to worry about getting jabbed in the back with pencils, getting called dumb ASF.
yeah, yeah. It's not pleasant, easy. It's definitely a challenging environment to be in. Is it, you had talked
And I
about,
think with the martial arts school, they honed it in hard. Like
mm,
one of the things they said, because I had them on my show, when you walk through the doors, they demand respect for
yeah,
each of their students and their staff. Because if you don't give it, chances are they're throwing your butt out of that school.
yes,
Well,
Versus,
not only that, to somebody that's willing to go to martial arts, chances are they're more grounded as well than the
yeah,
bullies at
versus regular
school.
school, though, it's just a trip to the principal's office and you go home for the day or you get yelled at by the principal. Whoop de doo.
Yeah.
yeah. So that experience, and also you talked about having, even something like having many steps and having to go through steps or having like lots of subject areas is also overwhelming. Is that also the experience in school?
What do you mean by that? I'm kind of confused on that, buddy.
So the simplicity of going to Taekwondo, it's the one focus, one purpose versus school
Oh,
is
you
the
mean like having
multi
multiple things just
things
scattered in there?
bombardment.
Yep, okay. I get where you're going now. So, yes, that can be a challenge. There was actually a point where I was doing a lot of extracurricular. I was doing baseball, Boy Scouts, and Taekwondo. I think I saw this as too much, but you got to get rid of one.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah.
I think it was baseball because I was never a sports person and I wasn't the best player, trust me. I may have got more strikes than hits.
Yes. Um, who closest to you, like your family, kind of really supported you in kind of being a I don't think you really loved the word advocate when I listened to your word to your video, but who is the best advocate sort of for you and that positive voice for you to support you?
It's family, it's mom, it's dad. It's your typical answer you probably hear a lot.
Yeah. Oh, sometimes it could be someone else. You never know that
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying probably the majority of Americans is probably their mom and dad versus best friend or friend. Not saying that is a bad thing. It's just I think that's the most common answer.
for sure. So you have those advocates in your life, or you have your mom and dad and people supporting you.
There are
Yep.
many ways that people, I'm trying to word it right. It's like they go overboard because you have autism on how they're treating you rather than just be and like I don't know if I'm making sense with this question, but instead of just treating you as who you are, they kind of go overboard a little bit.
Yeah, special treatment. I've gotten that. Yep.
How does that feel? Like, what goes
I
on in you?
mean, there are points where it's nice. There are points where it's like, come on, really? I mean, sometimes I've had when I met the wrestlers before, sometimes I've had to pay because of the autism. I've always hated that for some reason. And I think it's because that's they're doing it out of sympathy. And while I appreciate the offer and their heart's in the right place, you don't need to do that because I'm just like everyone else.
100%.
Mm-hmm. So how do you get your message out there? Like how do you share so people have a better understanding? What does that look
I
like?
use my mouth a lot with my podcasts, spin-off series, create a lot of video content if I can.
Yeah, for sure. And is the bottom line, I know it's, I'm trying to get my thoughts together for this. So is the understanding that when we sort of better ourselves, we have a better understanding of other people.
Yeah, I would say so because I think you can understand them in a sense because they may have been through what you've been through.
Mm-mm. Um, and myself, I worked with and had a lot of fun with too, lots of kids who had autism, who are on the autism spectrum. And I know the demands sometimes for on the families of having children with autism or any special needs for that matter. And everyone needs, what's the right word? Everyone needs, I guess, an opportunity to have other people support you and your family, right? Support people who have those challenging sort of times in their life. And so, how do we reach people to have them understand that, or have them see through someone's eyes who's maybe having the challenges such as autism or other demands in their life?
Try to understand them. Try to wear a wet t-shirt for a few minutes and then tell me, oh gosh, that I get why you feel this because I'm not a fan of wet t-shirts. I've got sensory issues on that. And people think I'm doing this to be a baby. No, it's the worst feeling of life. I don't know how you people do it. So while you will put on a wet t-shirt for the whole day and then report back to me if it's still bearable.
That's a great example. A
I
great
can relate
example.
with that. I have some ticks or tweaks that drives me crazy, and one of them's like the hair in the shower and the drain. Like I can barely even touch it to clean it out.
Oh, I feel bad for you. I feel bad for you, Scott, with her. That's all I'm gonna say.
And he doesn't want
I
me
am
to
the
shave my
most
head.
fortunate. I am the most fortunate man in the world with that lady right there.
Thanks.
Except
Thanks.
when it comes to her hair, right? No, I'm just teasing you.
I know. I know.
Um, One of the big things that you mentioned in your videos, and I want to learn a little bit more because I think learning about people with who have autism is very important. And this is Mental Health Awareness Month. It's May, right? So Mental Health Awareness Month. Yes, exactly. And so one of the things you talked about was controlled and uncontrolled environments or structure in your life. What does that mean, Sam?
It means where controlled environment is kind of like where I'm at right now. I'm in the studio. There's not a whole lot of people around. I'm in control of the situation, and there's no banging, no loud noises. The only person in the volume is me. Maybe the only little voice is mom and dad. They knock on the door like that, but there's not a whole lot. Today I went to a restaurant. That's a little bit uncontrolled depending on where the restaurant is and how big it is and what the size of the chain is too. Because let's be honest, I've been at Texas Roadhouse and I like the food, but do I like the atmosphere? I ain't gonna lie to you. No.
So walk us through that. Like, what do you do? What are those tools that you kind of pull out of your pocket that has
Here's a
you?
quick pause in the conversation to invite you to join our Facebook community, Soulmates and Suitcases podcast. Tell your story, amplify your voice, where we share upcoming guests, new episodes, and conversations from the podcast. And you can catch all episodes on YouTube, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts. Be sure to follow and subscribe so you never miss an episode. Now back to the show.
Has you enjoy that situation?
Well, I remind her myself of what they do. Have Texas Roadhouse. They got the best meat alive. I'm thinking about the meat. I'm not worrying about anyone in there. The concert, those can be a nightmare for people with autism. And my rule of concerts is if I like the artist, I'm going, but if I don't, good luck getting me there. I'm not focused. I'm focused on getting to that seat before anyone else is even going to get around me. I try not to socialize with much people there. My focus is on getting to that seat and enjoying the music. So
Ah.
it's really focusing on the goal and kind of peeing on the other people.
Yeah,
So like
that is.
when
Go ahead, Scott.
when you go shopping, do you already have done the research on what you want and you just kind of go right to what you get and pay and get
It
out
can
as
be like
fast as you
that,
can?
but I've been to the point where I've done laid back shopping too. I went to the
Nice.
college mall to have some independent time because I live with my parents and I don't drive. So my parents decide, hey, we'll do something nice for you, take you to the mall and just leave you there for a little bit. Not because you don't like it, just because we want you to experience adulthood. Great. Okay. Went into an exotic snack shop. No one was there, and I bought something that I saw. I think it was like a chocolate ball with pancake flavor.
There you go. There you go. And
But if it's
so,
a big store like Walmart, I've tried
yeah.
making a grocery list, but that don't work for me at all. So really what I have to do is know what I usually get, and if I know I'm going to eat it, I get it. I mean, with me in particular, I like goldfish, so you know I'm probably going to go for the goldfish.
Yeah.
Yep, I know a
Yeah,
few
they're
people
pretty
like
good.
that. Yeah. That's right. And so, have you experienced moments where you weren't able to do that one singular focus so you can have success in that environment? And if so, I don't know if this is hard to talk about, but if so, what happened and how did you manage to get through that?
I'm trying to think of one there I didn't. If I thought of one, I would, but I
Oh,
think most of the majority, I probably avoid those places or I just don't want to go. If I don't want to go, I don't want to go.
yeah. That is
I'm
one
pretty good
thing.
at communicating that. Walmart, there's one for you right there. I worked at Walmart. That was not the best place for me to work at for that reason right there. Very uncontrolled. And I finally just said to my parents, here's why I'm not working here anymore. It's not structured. I'm done.
Ah. So when you are looking
Because
for,
they changed the task on me too. I don't like, changing
oh,
task is when I want to start a task, I want to finish it. Right now, I'm doing an interview. I'm not doing anything else right now. I'm not on there playing computer games or I'm going to go stock a shelf. I'm worried about this right now. Once I'm done, I might go play prime games and primary games or Dune Buggy, but right now it's this.
yeah, so it's to stay focused on that one thing.
Yeah, don't switch me. Don't make me go stock milk and then next thing you know, you're having shop for someone because they're doing the pickup, which is fine. Believe me, excellent service, just not right now. Let me finish this first.
So when you're looking for jobs that you would like to do, are you very open and clear with the employer
Yeah,
regarding?
I'm very open and clear. I have a job coach, but I think my job coach kind of said there's not a whole lot of jobs out there for that. And I'm thinking, this is going to be a nightmare to find. But at this point, I'll take what I can get. But I've heard that Goodwill is very inclusive and are going to offer me services and will help me out. Plus, from what I've heard at the cash register, I can do it. It just has to be at a very slow pace. So with Walmart, they want you to throw your money, like, have a nice day. That's not me.
Yeah,
Maybe it's have a nice day.
yeah, and
I
I don't
know
know. Go
the
ahead.
industry I work in can be a little crazy. The other night, like I came back to Canada to do my original job for a while, and I work in the movie business, and I drive transportation, and I show up to this day call, and he goes, "You're going to be doing this," and I'm like, "Okay." Then he calls me back, or radios me back 10 minutes later, and goes, "Oh, you're going to do this." And then I get to where he is, and he goes, "Oh no, I need you to do this." And by the time, and I never did almost anything that he asked me to do. I ended up
Yeah,
sitting
this
around
is
most
my
of the
answer
time.
for you. Here's what I'm doing. I'm quitting. Thanks. Click.
Yeah, there's no option in that one for me. It's a pretty good job.
I know. I'm just telling you, for me in particular, that job would be a nightmare for me.
Oh, it's not easy on this end, but it's like just okay, okay,
That's what he's
okay.
learning. Yeah.
And
Oh,
then other people would go, "What are you doing tonight?" And I'm like, "Well, I was told this, this, and this, and none of it's come true yet. So your guess is as good as mine."
There you go. There you go. And so when I had mentioned Mental Health Awareness Month, what's the connection for you and how are you supporting that?
I think with mental health in particular, I've witnessed it. I've seen it firsthand what it can do. I mean, I have anxiety. I've been I've been depressed and I felt brutal, man. I felt awful. I felt so bad where did I want to commit suicide? No. But did I want to appear in public? No.
Hmm.
That's how I felt when I was 15.
Teenager years, yeah. And so
That would be
what,
the hardest.
And no teenager should have to feel not wanting to go into public.
No,
No, nor less killing themselves. Don't get me wrong, I've seen, heard about it, but the fact that you can't use a gun because you're on the spectrum and you just have to live in this world and you have to not want to appear at Walmart, how bad does that feel? Doesn't feel good.
mm-hmm.
no.
No, mental health awareness is definitely something huge and growing in terms of awareness in our world right now. And it's a topic that needs to be discussed every month, not just the month of May.
I know, but same with autism. I think that needs to be discussed 365 days of the year, man. Because I think we're aware of it. I just think some people aren't accepting of it. Not every tantrum at Walmart's a tantrum. That could be a meltdown because the lights are too bright.
Yeah, there are a lot
Now,
of those things,
go,
yeah, we're not aware of.
going back in the decades, and I know it's longer than you've been alive, but I'm assuming you've done some research with doing the podcasts and stuff. Is autism something that's like on the rise and it's going up,
Yeah,
or is
it's
it
growing.
something that's all, or is it something that's always been there and they just didn't diagnose it or
We have a
misdiagnosed
history.
it?
We have a history for sure. Back in the day, we were institutionalized, brother. I think the
I
biggest
know.
autism advocate, Temple Grandin, who speaks on this, was institutionalized.
Yeah.
Now we can be out on the street and people are more aware of it, which is awesome. But we still have to deal with people who just don't understand our behaviors. I mean, I always said, do you think I want to do this? Do you think that this person on spectrum wants to have a meltdown because he's too cold in the Walmart freezer aisle?
And
Do you
so
think I want to
what,
blow up and
yeah.
pick a wall because I have anger issues? I don't. But have I done it? Yeah. Do I do it now, though? No. But have I punched a wall? Yeah.
Mm.
For me, a
So
lot
it,
of my anger issues, I had to clean some of the wreckage of the past that has been done to me and what I've done. And I found by doing that, for me, a lot of my anger went out the window because I can just imagine, like, I know what I grew up like. I was bullied and picked on. I was a bully and I picked on. And
I
when I
thought of
could,
letting go what has happened to me in school, but I can't because what I've come to the conclusion with, and this is just my perspective, whether it's good or bad, it's a part of your legacy. It's a part of the cards you were dealt with.
yeah.
And in
yeah,
my eyes, throwing that away and burning it in the fire pit, that's burning your legacy.
well, what would happen if it gave you some freedom?
You make a fair point there. I'm not going to lie there. But regardless, it's a part of you. The way I live, you got to look at both sides.
It,
I
Mm-hmm.
think you
it
got.
never, well, that's exactly what I'm
I was
talking about.
saying, I was just saying, look at it, but don't throw it away.
Oh, 100%. You'll never get rid of it. It's always there. It's part of you.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I mean by that's part of your legacy. Don't
Yeah,
you dare throw that
100%.
away.
Mm.
Don't you dare, because
Well,
that's not right to do. I mean, is it good to maybe put
no,
on the back burner? Yes,
Mm-hmm.
but
Mm-hmm.
don't erase it because if you do erase it, it's gonna bite you in the rear one day, and you're not don't even see it.
Mm.
well, I
And
know for me, it's who I was has made the man that I am today.
Oh
And I
yeah,
really like
I
the
agree
man
with
I am
that phrase
today.
for
And
sure.
yeah,
I mean, who I was, yeah.
uh,
Do I like to reflect on that time being called dumb ASF? No. But do I reflect on it? Yes, because it's made me as to what I am today.
100%.
Yeah, it's brought you to this space in your life, and you can be a host of a podcast and share everything you've learned and bring in people who support the message you want to share. Like that's where it's brought to you today.
Yeah, it has. It's brought me somewhere in life, and I was like to say, with 24K downloads, I'm doing something right.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah, exactly.
Speaking about downloads, do you do your own editing?
Yeah, I do my own editing too. That's part of the
Nice. I knew
podcast
I
theme.
I knew the answer to that, but I just wanted to ask. I
Oh, it's fine.
assumed
Trust
the
me.
answer.
Some people are hate it. I don't mind doing it, and I have ADHD, so it definitely helps the brain cells keep moving forward and making me productive. That way, I'm not just going,
Mhm.
"Oh, what am I going to do today?" and tapping my foot, hitting my leg, moving my hands like this 24/7.
Yes, you mentioned about, you hope that people were more aware of autism and understanding. So if someone saw you out on the streets or at the shopping mall or wherever, what might they see and what do you hope they're thinking or acting around you?
They're acting like they would around their friend or neighbor. Because at the end of the day, I'm just a human being, another human being. Sure, I might be a little on the odd side. Sure, I might say I come from another planet, but I bleed the same blood as you. There's no need to push
There's
someone off who bleeds the same blood as you.
Right?
It's funny how in this world, and don't get me wrong, I know we need to label stuff, but not label stuff or people, because
Not compartmentalize.
every single one of us is tweaked in our own way, and I don't know anybody
Right? I
that's
think
not
you need to
tweaked in
be
their own
labeled,
way.
but I think there's a line of two labeled.
Mm.
But that's not. But how can I word it? I'm wording it a little bit wrong. Like it's up to the doctors to do that, not the people that are around you. Because
Oh, okay.
it's like it's like we all have our own little issues. Like you got the control freak, you got the person that has to have the house absolutely completely spotless all the time, or the hoarder that and but we all judge that, and it's like, why can't we get to a point where we just accept people?
I know. I've been asking that since the day I started my podcast, buddy.
Mm.
And I get it. I haven't been asking that for a long time, and I was hugely a person that judged everybody and stayed away from people just because of what they looked like or how they acted or with the clothes they wore. Or even if they liked Michael Jackson, I would stay away from them. Like, and I know that sounds crazy and silly, but that's the man that I used to be and how I grew up and stuff I was taught. Because I think a lot of what happens to us is stuff we're taught.
Yeah. Plus, I think sometimes the world can be the best teacher, not a human being.
Yeah, 100%.
Mm. So what's your next goal going on for you? Do you have something that is coming up that you're working on regards to awards or podcast guests or some big entrepreneurial thing?
Yeah. For personal life wise, I'm hoping to get a full-time job because I've got part. Now if someone would advance it, take another step up the ladder to full-time, that'd be wonderful if I could. With podcast wise, it's just going to be doing the same old stuff. I mean, speaking, doing my events, and then maybe winning awards and just taking it one day at a time. That's kind of where I like to take my podcast because I don't know where it's going to be in 5 years. Maybe, hopefully, one day as big as Goodwill, but we'll see.
Very good. And on
Nice.
your show, what will people find on your podcast in regards to topics?
You'll find lots of topics about behaviors that those on spectrum do. You'll see interviews, and then sometimes here and there, I'm kind of in the middle of a special right now. Growing up, I do have a lot of ease, which stands for entertainment. So sometimes I'll compare a hobby to autism. I'm in the middle of a special right now. Used to watch a show back in the day through Netflix called Total Drama. I think that was in Canada, actually. It's a cartoon show. And I said I watched this when I was very younger. But anyway, I'm comparing all the challenges and all the characters to autism.
Oh, that's interesting. It's a great way to look at things, that's for sure, through what we watch every day. And where will people find your podcast?
Oh, I'm not a hard guy to find. Just Google me, your search engine optimization. Something will pop up. Do me a favor though, don't search my name. Only because you get a basketball player. Search what's on the t-shirt. Autism Rocks and Rolls.
Autism Rocks and Rolls, yeah. I know when I was typing in rock and roll. Autism Rocks and Rolls.
Yeah, I know. A lot of people do that too, believe me. It's always people, sometimes I have to say this, but sometimes people who are foreign, they always miss the S's. And I'm thinking at this point, you know what? Close enough.
S as in Sam. Add the S's. There's S in Sam and S's in Rocks and Rolls. And how else, if someone wants to be a guest on your podcast, how do they reach out to you?
You can email me at info@autismrocksandrolls.com. Sometimes you may feel on the spin-off just because of how much guests I get on there, but we'll put you on somehow.
Yeah, and how often do you produce shows? They come out regularly?
Spin-off is when we schedule it. For podcasts, it's every 16 days. I think count 16 days from today. That'll be the next episode.
Oh, good for you. Consistency is important. That's what we're learning about.
Oh, yeah. Yep. I've learned that through a lot of personal development, doing a lot of personal development courses on podcasting, and that's when they're dinging in on us.
Yeah, get the algorithm working.
So there's actually personal development classes for podcasts.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yeah, you go on Eventbrite, you'll type in like podcast, how to grow your podcast, tons will pop up.
Oh, that's a great tip.
Yeah, then same with public speaking, how to get on the press. There's tons.
Lots of great tips. So anyone who's hoping to start their own podcast, do you have any tips for them?
For people who want to start their podcast, here's the deal. You better get a good idea, or if you're going to come up with your idea that's similar, make it your own. Because if you are just a ripoff, unlike the music industry, you probably won't survive with the podcast industry. Because as good as it is, they're going to remember, oh, I can just go listen to this podcast because it's exactly the same. Click. See you later.
Yeah. Yes. You have to make it unique, special, and to show up as yourself, because that's what people are attracted to.
I can't agree with you anymore. And that's what I've been doing since the first days. I've been showing up as myself, and showing up as myself, I mean, people like my personality, I suppose. So what can I say?
Exactly.
Got a good one.
And that's a good message for everyone.
I got a great question. How can people get hold of the t-shirt you're wearing?
Email me on info@autismrocksandrolls and we'll email you one. It's $20 donation.
Oh, okay. Through donation wise. Excellent.
Yeah, donation. Yep.
Do you have other merchandise as well?
Here you go. It's kind of like
like
Landman theme-ish because people are watching a lot of Landman, so I figured, well, people might like this because there's the Texas oil drill bit and shooting out diamonds.
What's the part 8 about?
Oh, because I do it in sections, so these are like part 8 episodes.
Can you go down a little bit so you just see?
Yep, not a problem. Is this good for you?
Ah, there you go.
Awesome.
Gone fishing, love and life, adapting in the classroom. Do you go into schools, Sam?
Final pause. If you've got a message on your heart and want to be our guest, don't be shy. We'd love to hear from you. Visit forwardwalkingchoices.com, scroll to the Soulmates and Suitcases podcast section, and click apply here. Now back to the show.
I have spoken at a couple of schools. I think there were a couple of years ago. It was in Shoals and Avon, Indiana.
And what's your message when you walk in to talk to kids and parents and teachers?
Honestly, just to give people hope and not to be a bully. Be kind to one another. That's what we need in life is kindness.
You're right. That's what we do need. And we're going to end on that. We do need kindness. Lots more
All
kindness.
right. Thank
And
you again for your time then, I reckon.
thank you, Sam.
Thank
We
you. It's been
appreciate it.
amazing.
We appreciate your time very much, and we are very fortunate to have you on here, especially during Mental Health Awareness Month. And we appreciate your expertise in both the podcasting world and being able to share more about autism. So I'm going to say thank you from Thailand, and I say Kapun Ka. That's what I say thank you in Thai.
And I'm going to say how we do in Canada. Thank you very much, eh?
Put that in there. Take care, Sam.
Bye, Sam.
All right. Thank you, guys.
Speak with you soon. Bye-bye.
Looking for more inspiration around healing, love, growth, and possibility? You can explore our books at payhip.com/Lisa Scott Brearley Authors. And if today's episode meant something to you, we'd love for you to follow the podcast, share it with someone you care about, or join our Soulmates and Suitcases community online. Thanks for being here, and we'll see you next time.